Good afternoon. You have Todd here with Traqnology North America. We're going to run through a tutorial on how to set up a soccer field within the Sportstraq app today. I'm out here in beautiful Dubuque, Iowa. Got a great field. Got one already laid out here, but we're going to go ahead and set up a brand new field for them. What we're looking at here is a 7v7 US soccer field with a custom length and a custom width. So we're going to build one field here, and then we're going to replicate that field in the software and have it perfectly match here just to the right hand side as you see here. So we're going to walk through the software and how we get things set up, what to look for, what we need to do, and show you just how easy this really is to do. To get started here, every measurement that I'm going to make is based off the sprayer tip of my gun, which is where the GPS center point is at. So you can see here as I parked, I got my tip just over the about center of the line there, and that's going to be how we start getting our distances. So let's go to the Gator here. We'll get on the iPad software, and we'll show you the Sportstraq app and how we're going to make this happen. Okay, so here we are at the Sportstraq app. It's a pretty simple layout, which we're really excited about. A couple things to note. Here we have RTK, which is our RTK GPS corrections. You can see we're green here, which means we're getting 1 centimeter level corrections the whole time we do this. What we have here in red is our automatic nozzle control. Because we're not painting right now, that is obviously turned off. The first thing we're going to use here is our measure tool. So here you can see it's in feet. We do have the ability to go into our settings, click under unit system, and we can also select yards, or we can go to the metric system. So you have your choice as to what system you want to use. For today, we're going to use feet. So I'm going to click my back button here. I'm still in feet, as you can see here. So what I need to know to get started is I want to know my length and my width of my field. So we're going to go ahead and measure our width here, which is how we're set up right now. So I got my tip there centered, as you've already seen. We're going to zero out our measure tool just by holding a finger on there. Now I'm going to drive the vehicle forward. And here we go. So your speed here does not make a difference. You can go fast or slow as you want. Okay, so we're almost to our end here. So I'm going to go slow until I get lined up. All right, my sprayer tip's now over my sideline, and I've measured this at 104.8 feet, so we'll call that 105 feet for our width. All right, so that number we need to know. We're gonna now head over to a corner of the field. So I'm going to be, looks like here in the northeast corner, and I'm going to put my tip of my gun on the corner of the field here. So we're going to go for that corner with the measurement. Okay, my gun's there now. So remember, we had 105 feet. Now we're going to go ahead and build our field. So we're going to select our user, which in this case is myself, Todd. We're going to select that. Now we're going to select the plus sign for a new field. We're going to give ourselves a field number. We'll call this one A3. We're going to call this a location. We're going to do DBQ for Dubuque, Iowa. We're going to select an owner. The owner is the person that made the field, which is myself. We can put a note if we feel necessary to do so. Now we're going to select our sport. So I click here, and I click down to soccer. And now my field type pops up. We're going to click that, and we're going to click down and go to 7v7 soccer, US. Okay, there's a few ways that we can build our fields. Today we're going to go through the AB line method of building the field. The others we will go through in a future tutorial. So with an AB line, we already know our width. Now we're going to drive the length of the field. And this is also going to give us GPS orientation, which is really important for having proper field layout. So as you can see here, my spray tip is now centered on the corner of the field, where we're going to drive down this sideline here. So within the software, I've selected AB line. I'm now going to select next. We're now going to pick what side of the field we're driving on so we get proper orientation. I'm driving on the left-hand side, so I'm going to select that. Now I'm going to hit next. Now it wants to give us a start point. So I'm already lined up with my nozzle. So my start point is here. I'm going to hit next. And now we're going to drive the sideline and get our measurement. So I'm going to try and drive as close to this line as I can. Again, speed, orientation doesn't make a big difference here. See our app is counting up, counting the number of feet that we have. As we get to the end here, we're going to kind of slow down. And we are going to end right about there. Okay, so we have a distance of 180 feet. I'm now going to click next. Okay, so now this gives us kind of some general field dimensions. You see our length here is 180. We know that's correct. We're now going to go modify our width and make it that 105. So we're going to delete everything out. And we're going to hit 105 and hit done. So now you can see our field has been built with our custom length, our custom width. Now the interior structures are automatically done by the software. So our center circle, our arcs, our boxes are all built off the software parameters. We're going to hit next. And you can see now this gives us an aerial image of our field. And you can see that this is actually oriented the right way, the way I want it done. I do have the ability to make modifications here if I need to. So once I'm done, I'm now going to click my OK button. And now you can see here, A3 is a field we just built, is now ready to be painted and built. So now we're going to click A3. See our fill comes up right there. We can click our new button. And now we are actually ready to go paint the field. It's that quick and easy. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cancel out of this. And we're going to do an aligned field. Since we have the field right next door just to the west, we're going to add that field into the software as well. I'm going to show you how easy this is to do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to hit new field again. We're going to select field number. This one's going to be A4, which is right next door, A4. Again, our location is in the beautiful city of Dubuque. So we are going to hit DBQ for abbreviation. We are going to select our owner, which is myself. We are going to select our sport, which is going to be soccer. And again, field type is going to be 7v7 US. And now we're going to do what's called aligned. Aligned is we're going to mirror a field we've already built. So we're going to click aligned here in our options. We're going to click next. And now it's going to allow us to select the field that we want to replicate. These are all the current fields that have been built in this particular complex. This is all done by GPS. So if you have no fields, none will populate. If you have a 2 or 3, it'll show up whatever you have built in the current GPS locations. So I'm going to select A3 as my field. Okay, now it's going to tell me where I want to put that field down. So my first field is right here. I want to put that field directly to the left. So I'm going to hit my left arrow. You can see my field has popped up there. Now I'm going to hit my rotate button because I want to rotate my field. So now we see a perfect orientation and a perfect alignment. The next thing I want to adjust is the distance between the fields. So in this case here, the customer wants 30 feet between fields. So we're going to delete that out. We're going to click 30 and click done. And now we have two fields that are perfectly aligned. I do notice here my width has changed to 120. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to back that down to my 105 width. So you do want to verify your lengths and widths, and there we go. 105 by 180 with a 30-foot distance in between, perfectly replicated fields. Now, when I click my next button here, there's my next field, which is A4. It's now been built and saved, and I click OK. So that easily, we've created two fields that are side by side, A3 and A4, and they're both ready to be painted. Thanks for taking your time to listen, and we'll talk to you guys soon.